This is Donnie Luckett for Cultures TV. We're here today at the Spot Studios in Lakewood, Colorado, interviewing West African musical artist Mawule, who's based in Boulder. We hope you enjoy his music. So your parents are from Ghana. You're from Ghana.
I'm from Ghana.
But you live in Boulder, Colorado now?
Yeah.
And so tell us how that kind of comes together and how that influenced your music.
Yeah. Well, growing up in Ghana, I got exposed to a lot of hip life. Hip life is sort of like the main genre in Ghana. So I found myself living in the United States, going back and listening to some of the hip life artists that were popular in Ghana at the time. But then also found myself sort of transitioning to R&B and learning what R&B was in the States. Really, whatever was playing at that time, whatever I was listening to, that sort of, I think, started to shape my identity as a music, trying to branch out from what I was listening to creating my own sound. I think my music is a mixture between R&B, hip hop, and a little bit of general pop. And I think a lot of that just stems from some of the artists that I listen to, like John Legend, Maxwell, Lupe Fiasco, Alicia Keys, Melanie Fiona. So a lot of the artists that I listen to, I try to replicate what they do, and then try to sound very similar but still distinct from their music.
Or that's how I describe it. So tell us a little more about that and the roots and where that comes from.
Yeah, I think a lot of that just comes from being raised in the church all my life. My dad's a Presbyterian minister. My mom loves to sing in the choir pretty much all her life, still does to this day. So just being raised in that setting and being at church, listening to gospel music, that's where I think a lot of my roots came from, and how I picked up a good ear for music, rhythm, and so a lot of what I create in my music kind of stems from that as well too, because that's kind of my starting foundation.
Do any of your international roots show through? Is that part of what makes you different, do you think? I
think, in a sense, it depends on how I write my music. When I bring in those personal experiences from my background. Currently, the only song that I can think of that I've done that is "Live My Dream," and it's an old record that I produced a while ago. It was actually the self-titled album for the first album that I released a while ago.
Great. Well, we spent a little bit of time pronouncing your name, Mawule. So share that with our audience. What does that mean, and where did that come from? Why did you choose that name?
Yeah. Well, kind of made the conscious decision that I wanted to pursue music full time. Wanted to establish a career in music. I decided to pretty much choose a new name that would give fans a little bit about my identity, my spirituality, and that's where that name came from. And so that's where that name came about. My dad gave me that name, and Mawule means only God knows.
So I know you have a fan base.
Building the fan base.
Building a fan base. So what's that like? What's it like to be a new artist and you're just getting your information, your songs out there, and is it scary to see what people like and don't like and what they want from you, or is it just exciting to build all this from scratch?
I think it's exciting. I do a lot of tweets, I do a lot of Instagram, I do whatever I can to get my name out there. I think for me, at the end of the day, whether people like it or not, it's something that I'm passionate about, something that I care about, and I know if person A doesn't like it, person B is gonna like it or appreciate some aspect of the music, whether they like the beat or whether they like the lyrics. So for me, it's just incredible just to get my music out there and see who likes it and see who either wants to collaborate with me or recognizes my talent and wants to hear more.
What's next for Mawule? Where do you go from here?
What's next? Well, I just released the EP, the Reflections EP, and so from there, it's really working hard to do an album. I definitely want to give a plug for all my social media links for people to follow me on @musicmawule, or go to mawule.com just to read up more on my story, my background. I'm gonna start writing weekly blogs so I can share my story and my experience and my journey with fans. So Mawule, www.mawule.com for people to check that out.